spider hole. It was the name American soldiers gave to the enemy hiding place they feared most. But this was never just a nickname. To the deadliest ambush tactic humans ever devised, people attached the name of a spider. Why? Stay until the end and you'll learn how a single spider perfected the art of hunting from beneath the earth, millions of years before we did. Most people remember spiders by their webs, hunters who string a net in the air and wait for prey to stumble in. But the trapdoor spider chose the exact opposite path. This spider builds no web. Instead, it digs into the ground. It excavates a vertical burrow and lines the walls with silk for stability. And at the entrance, it builds a hinged lid made of soil, plant matter, and silk. This lid blends so perfectly into the ground that it's nearly impossible to spot. But the truly unsettling part starts now. From the burrow's mouth, the spider extends thin silk threads radiating outward in every direction. Nearly invisible, these lines transmit the faintest vibration the moment prey steps on them. The spider doesn't see its prey. It hears the tremor through its sensitive front legs. And by the time the lid swings open, the hunt is already over. Now let's rewind and step onto a human battlefield. World War II, the small islands of the Pacific. On Iwo Jima and Leyte, Japanese forces dug a strange kind of position against American troops. A narrow pit barely fitting one man, a one-person hole sealed with a camouflaged lid. They called it the Octopus pot, takotsubo. A soldier would hide inside, waiting for the main Allied force to pass. Then, from behind, at the most vulnerable moment, he would rise up. Notice it? Doesn't this story sound familiar? American soldiers needed a name for this tactic, an enemy buried in the earth, invisible, then erupting in an instant. The word they reached for was spider hole. According to U.S. Marine Corps historians, the term's roots reach back as far as the American Civil War. And the name points unmistakably to one creature, the trapdoor spider. To describe their own tactic, humans borrowed the spider's burrow. But something even more remarkable happens next. Vietnam, the 1960s. This tactic evolved into a single, vast organism. Guerrillas supporting the North, the Viet Cong, dug tunnels through the Cu Chi district outside Saigon. By hand, a little at a time, until, at its peak, the network stretched roughly 250 kilometers. Above ground, countless camouflaged entrances, spider holes, were scattered everywhere. A single spider's burrow had expanded into a hunting ground the size of a city. For American forces, this ground was a nightmare. From an empty field they'd just crossed, an enemy would suddenly rise, strike, then vanish back beneath the earth without a trace. Just as the trapdoor spider erupts in a fraction of a second when it senses a vibration, the same principle exactly. Even the American commander Westmoreland marveled, calling the enemy human moles. In the end, the U.S. had to create another hunter to catch the spider. They were the soldiers known as tunnel rats. Usually small in stature, they crawled into the cramped, pitch-black tunnels with little more than a pistol. Booby traps, scorpions, and an enemy in the dark. They called that experience the Black Echo. And here, nature holds up a chilling mirror. The trapdoor spider has its own predator, the spider-hunting wasp. This wasp flips open the camouflaged lid, digs into the burrow, and drags the spider out. A hunter that follows the underground predator into its own burrow to finish it. What played out in the insect world millions of years ago repeated itself almost exactly in the tunnels of Vietnam. This isn't the spider imitating us, nor us copying the spider. It's two utterly different forms of life arriving at the same answer to the same problem. Stay invisible, then pour everything into one decisive instant. In 2003, when a dictator was pulled from a cramped hole in the ground, the world's press used the same word. Found in a spider hole. 80 years on, the name had not changed. The oldest hunting craft turned out to be the simplest truth. The earth belongs to the one who hides in it. Sometimes nature has already finished what we proudly call an invention, millions of years before us. Subscribe and like. It's the fastest way to reach the next story sooner.